How to prove sine and cos summation rules. So we have a rectangle ABCD, and within that rectangle we have formed a right angle triangle AEF where the hypotenuse is 1. Now let's label this angle right here as beta and this angle right here is alpha. Okay? Now we know that AE is going to be cos beta because cos is adjacent over hypotenuse and the hypotenuse is just 1. And using a similar principle, we know that EF is going to be sine beta because sine is going to be opposite over hypotenuse and the hypotenuse is just 1. Okay, now we can use triangle ABE and we know that the hypotenuse is cos beta. So we can find AB. AB is just going to be cos alpha cos beta because cos is just adjacent over hypotenuse and the hypotenuse in this case is cos beta. So I'm timesing the hypotenuse to cos alpha. I'm going to do the same thing for BE, but this time it's going to be sine alpha times the hypotenuse, which is cos beta. Okay? Now, if this angle over here is alpha, that means angle AEB is going to be 90 minus alpha. It means this angle right here is again going to be alpha. So let's do the same thing here. We know that the hypotenuse is sine beta. So FC is going to be sine alpha sine beta. And CE is going to be cos, because it's the adjacent. Then we have times the hypotenuse, cos alpha sine beta. And we know that this angle right here is 90 minus alpha plus beta. Okay? And we know that hypotenuse is 1. So this angle, so side DF is going to be sine 90 minus alpha plus beta. Okay? And AD is just going to be cos 90 minus alpha plus beta. Okay. Now, sine 90 minus an angle is the same as cos of the angle. So I'm going to rewrite DF as just cos alpha plus beta. And cos 90 minus an angle is just the same as sine of the angle. So that's the same as sine alpha plus beta. Now, I know that since ABCD is a rectangle, I know that AD is equal to CE plus EB. Now let me substitute the side lengths in. Sine alpha plus beta is equal to sine alpha cos beta plus sine beta cos alpha. Okay, and this is our sine summation equation. Now, let's do the same thing but for the opposite pair of sides. We know that AB is equal to DF plus FC. So AB minus FC is equal to DF. Now let's equate everything in. That's cos alpha plus beta, which is DF, is equal to cos alpha cos beta minus sine alpha sine beta, and that is our cos summation. Okay, now I want to quickly go over what happens if alpha and beta are the same. So for the case of sine, I'm trying to find sine alpha plus alpha is the same as sine 2 alpha. So here I'm trying to work out what sine 2 alpha is. And that's just going to be sine alpha cos beta. And in this case, cos beta is just alpha. So that'll be cos alpha plus sine beta. And beta is just the same as alpha. So sine alpha cos alpha. And that is just the same as 2 sine alpha cos alpha. So sine 2 alpha is the same as 2 sine alpha cos alpha. Let's do the same thing for cos. Cos alpha plus alpha is equal to cos 2 alpha. And that's the same as cos alpha cos beta, which is the same as alpha, minus sine alpha sine beta, and beta is just the same as alpha. So sine alpha. And that is the same as cos squared alpha minus sine squared alpha. Nice. So this is our cos double angle formula. However, I can rewrite the cos double angle formula because I know that cos x squared plus sine x squared is equal to 1. So I can rearrange this to show that cos squared x is equal to 1 minus sine squared x. And I can use this to rewrite this as 1 minus sine squared alpha minus sine squared alpha, which is the same as 1 minus 2 sine squared alpha. There we go. So this is what cos 2 alpha is in terms of sine only. And we can also rearrange this slightly differently as 1 minus cos squared x, which is just sine squared x. Okay, so cos squared x minus 1, minus 1 is equal to minus sine squared x. I just negated both sides. And then this is going to be equal to cos squared alpha plus cos squared alpha minus 1, which is the same as 2 cos squared alpha minus 1. And this is the double angle cos formula in terms of just cos alpha. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. If you struggle to understand this, I'd recommend you watch my videos on trigonometry and some geometry and Pythagoras. And these ideas will help you understand how I proved the sine and cos summation formula. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.